Yes, all the arms that come to go. I mean, Lebanon is not allowed to have air defenses. The West won't allow it. Lebanon is not allowed to have any military capability to defend itself. And that is why the resistance exists. That is why Hezbollah exists. Because Hezbollah is saying that, look, we are willing to disarm if there is a military establishment in Lebanon that has the capability to defend our country. So if the Lebanese government had or was willing or had the political will to create a military force that could protect the country against the Israelis or against ISIS and Al Qaeda or whoever, then Hezbollah would not be armed. The only reason why Hezbollah is armed is because they know that if they disarm, Israel will take Lebanon. All these proxies of the West, all these NGOs in Lebanon, all these people bound to the Saudis and the Qataris and Turkey and the West and Western embassies, when the Israelis take the country, they will all go to their apartments and their businesses and their mansions in some cases and palaces in some cases in the West. But the country, people will be there'll be millions of refugees. It'll be another Gaza. It'll be another West Bank. The Israelis have no intention. I mean, the Israelis are now openly speaking about the greater Israeli project, which always existed. Back in the day when we would say this sort of thing, they would say this is a conspiracy theory. But now it's out in the open. No one can hide it anymore. So they don't intend to retreat from Lebanon. And these people know it. That's why what the president and the prime minister did in their delegation was that they gifted southern Lebanon to Israel. But Iran won't accept it, and nor will the Lebanese people. They don't have a popular mandate. The majority of the people support the resistance and Hezbollah. And those who don't support them, they're traitors to the country. So the only reason, again, I stress, the only reason why Hezbollah has arms is because there is no real army. The Americans are only creating a militia or an army militia that will kill the resistance, that will kill the Shia and those among the Sunni and Christians and Druze who support the resistance. They want to wipe them out because they know that they're the only force that cares about the Palestinian people, the resistance and its allies. And so this army would be to crush them, to destroy them and finish the resistance. That's why they overthrew Syria. They destroyed Syria and brought in a proxy regime to destroy the resistance. Now they want to destroy it in Lebanon, and then that would make things much easier for the expansionist policies of the Israeli regime. I mean, look, in Syria, you see the Israeli regime has taken huge amounts of territory. Do you think they're going to retreat? No. What is Jolani doing? He's killing some of his rivals in Idlib and in the north with the help of the Americans. He's sending his thugs to kill people alongside the coast again. And in Damascus, instead of protecting the country, instead of taking back territory in the south, they're busy killing people. And of course, the Americans are pleased with him. And he's shutting the border between Syria and Lebanon to make sure no aid is smuggled into Lebanon for the resistance. So that's what this was all about. It was about destroying the resistance against the Israeli regime. And the population, the majority of the Lebanese won't accept this.
Does Iran see any possibility of Israeli attack on Iran? They said that they're trying to do regime change by using their forces, their somehow manipulation of the society in Iran, the way they did before. And I assume that in the aftermath of 12-day war, Iran has removed many of these networks in Iran, which we haven't seen in the latest, round of war. On February 28th, you don't see the way it was on June 2025. It was different. You see the difference between, what has happened because of the intelligence, because of the operation inside Iran, and the way that the intelligence was capable to remove those networks of Israeli spies, Israeli cooperators, and all of that. And they're again talking about that. What is the understanding on the part of Iranians?
Well, right now these U.S. allies, these terrorist groups in northern Iraq, they're Kurdish separatists. They're trying to stage attacks in Iran. They've murdered 4 people, I think, over the past couple of weeks. And on the border with Pakistan, the Takfiri groups, the Wahhabi Salafi Takfiris that are based in Pakistan, have carried out a number of attacks. I think 2 people in the last couple of weeks were murdered there, were martyred there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, right
hear me
now,
now?
yeah. You're back. You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what was the last thing I said?
You said about 2 people being martyred at the border with Pakistan.
Yeah, so the Americans are trying to activate the terror groups, and they're also, they smuggled in a lot of weapons into Iran. A lot of them have been confiscated, but there are more weapons. The thing about Iran, Nima, is, and you know this, I'm saying this for the benefit of your audience, of our viewers, is that Iran has borders with 15 countries. It's a very large country. And contrary to what the West says, we have a very lively political landscape. Right now, over the MOU, you're a Persian speaker, you know this very well. There are heated debates going on in Iran, which is a good thing. So the president has his own view, his opponent. I mean, those are on the fringes. There's been a coup, or there's been, that the unserious people aside, there is a serious debate about the MOU. Some are against it, some are for it. Some say that it's not. It has to be. If it's not fully enforced, no more concessions. You have a huge array. You have a huge diverse set of opinions on all issues, and these are heated debates. They are heated debates, which I think is a very good thing. But it's natural for Iran. This is not surprising for us. You know that this is how it's always been. What the Americans and the West and the Israeli regime tried to do is that they tried to infiltrate, and then they bring in and they try to create riots, and then they bring in their militias, their armed militias. The Iranians are going to be much more careful now than before. And as you've seen, and as your viewers have probably seen, the Iranians are striking them in northern Iraq. And the Iranians have a lot of, after this, both the 12-day war, but most importantly, this war, the Iranians are much more confident about their strength. I mean, many believed that Iran would win the war. I certainly did.
Yeah. Seems that you've lost Professor Marandi.
And okay,
Yeah.
am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You said
Yeah.
that.
So I was sorry.